We have Sugar here today, up here with Stanley the Studly Staghorn Fern. And then we have Clay. Who's this? Stanley.
Stanley Jr.?
Yes, that's Stanley Jr. We don't want Sugar to fall off up here, so Clay's going to take her away. But we thought you could say hi to Sugar the French Bulldog.
Wait. Look at the camera.
Okay, so let's show you this one first. Clay, you can take her down now.
Oh, no, don't.
Hold on tight. Okay. This is Stanley Jr.
Hi.
So this was a potted staghorn that we mounted on this piece of wood. So I actually took a basket cover like this. See this cover that's in here? And I cut it so that the fern could keep its entire root system and it could grow a big root system. I put some dirt and some worm castings in here, more like my special cactus mix. And then we used fencing staples and rope that's rated for 100 pounds. And we used fencing staples to attach the rope. And we also used fencing staples to attach the basket to hold the fern. So I wanted to show you how to make one of those, but what we're going to do today is take Stanley the Studly. So they're called staghorn ferns because they have leaves. They're not really leaves, but they look like stag horns. So as they mature, they look like this. If you see the young one does not look like that yet. Okay? So you have to wait a little while to get the antler effect.
Great.
That one, the fronds, these are the fronds, and the baby one's fronds are still green. It's so young. So this is so beautiful. I was going to propagate it and like take a fern off of it, but Clay, come around this side for me. So Clay, you can stand right here by Stanley. Excuse me, Clay. And this is green moss. So we're going to pack the bottom of this with green moss. So let's make room for Clay. Right now I'm going to move the chair back. And I'm trying to plant with my hair down. This may not be a good idea. What do you think? Good idea, bad idea, Clay?
Wait, with your hair back?
Hair down while you're planting plants.
It could get in the plant, so I think it's a bad idea.
Bad idea? Yeah.
Can I sit on the chair?
Yeah, I thought you could stand here and help me.
Okay.
So this is a new hanging basket that's slightly bigger, and we liked the shape of it. Clay and I picked this out together. We liked the pattern on the bottom, and I'm going to unclip the basket for now. I don't know why somebody in my house is always being loud.
Do you want me to get her?
No. No, Sugar. So I have a very active household. I either have kids or dogs or somebody making a lot of noise in this house. So we're gonna get green moss. Clay, are you gonna help me pack this in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I
So
get gloves?
first, no, we don't have any your size. You don't need gloves. I just put them on. They're actually making my hands hot, so I just don't want dirt under my
It does fit on
fingernails.
the one size. I mean, they still fit.
It's okay. Then you don't have to help.
I'll press them down.
Yeah.
Press them.
So we're packing a pretty thick layer of green moss in here because we want to put this in and then put a little bit of dirt right here, cover all of these patches. So what this does is it also holds the dirt in. It becomes like a filter for the dirt. So I think this is a great family activity. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification for our new videos. We're just getting started, but we're putting out a lot of content right away. The reason is I love planting. It lowers my stress levels and it keeps me happy and sane. And I think it can do the same for you. Clay, how do you feel since we brought more green into our
I feel
house?
great. And I think what you should do to these videos, you should follow us because we're great people. We love plants. For all those plant lovers, good luck for you.
So, how has it made you feel having plants in your room? What have you been
Well,
doing with them?
I just try to water them, not too high, but I try to.
How do you tell when to water them?
Well, I use this meter thing and I put in, and if they're really dry, I water them. And if like a 5 is about where it should be in the middle, and that's where you should put your.
We
plants.
packed about an inch or 2 of moss. That's exciting, Clay.
I know.
And now we're putting a little bit of food and dirt in because a lot of these staghorns, so you can cut off some of the ferns that are on the outside of the plant. I think it might be a better plan of action for the everyday homeowner, and you know, if you're new to this with staghorns and you don't have like a 50-year-old staghorn, then it's better to just get a young one and figure out some kind of basket. The basket's probably the easiest. And figure out something that you can put it in. So this is the tricky part, okay? We want to get Mr. Staghorn out. Oh my gosh. There's even a potential that this has got a lot of root already. So we're working it out from the bottom, and it has a moss coating, just like what we're putting him in. So they said that this staghorn could live in here another 2 years. It's totally root bound. So I think, and I might have put too much moss. Let's see. Let's pack dirt in here, Clay.
Okay.
So we lost a little bit of moss and stuff from his other. Wait, it's attached, so we don't want to rip the leaf off.
Okay.
So a hook hooked into the fern over here. Now you can take it. You got to be careful with your plants.
So where should I put it though?
Outside. Be very careful so you don't spill a little dirt. I would just put it in a tray, Clay. You just put it in a tray. So if you have a mess, so what I'm doing now is I'm packing the moss lining that I put in here with dirt. And that's gonna help give the roots some food. Even though they can survive living on just the side of trees and things, we have a little cavity. So around the edges, you also want the moss coating so that the staghorn has something to hang on to, and so that it keeps your dirt in. Clay, be careful of the floor. Let me scoot it over for us. Okay, so we scooted Stanley forward. So we're packing dirt. This is a huge staghorn. So to get this plant tightly packed, I like to replant my plants, sometimes even off of planting season when the plants are growing. It depends on the plant, but there's different seasons where, you know, it's a good idea. Ooh, let's not do that because the dirt, you're gonna drop it all over the floor. So what you can do is get a little, let me give you something. A gift, a dirt scoopy.
Thanks,
We
Mom.
have a little dirt scoopy for you.
Yay!
So use a little scoop and then let me show him how to use it. Gently, gently lift up Stanley and then you jiggle out a little bit of dirt. So we want to pack a lot of dirt in there because we don't want Stanley to fall out. So let's check the other side. Now when you're packing dirt, careful of the leaves, Clay.
Okay.
When you're packing dirt, you want to come help Cole?
Yeah, I want to say hi.
Okay, Cole's gonna come in. This is Clay's twin,
Hi.
and we all plant as a family.
Here. That's what we need. Mom, what do we do with this? Oh, you put
you
it
pack
in
it in and give. So Stanley, not only am I putting dirt in, but I'm packing moss around the edges so the dirt doesn't fall out. We're still going. We had a low battery warning.
Hello.
Okay, so we're packing dirt all in the edges, so you really have to reach in and make sure there's
I'll get
dirt.
The backside.
You gotta really stuff it down in
I
there.
know, I'm trying. Oh, there's a big
And don't break the brown pieces. Those are fronds, and the plant needs those. Fronds are this brown covering, which when they're young, the covering starts.
It's super dry.
That's right, it dries out. When they're young, the covering starts green. You can see that. So this fern has a very similar setup to Stanley.
Great.
So hopefully Stanley likes it because Stanley's an old fern. We want to keep him happy because he's beautiful. He or she.
Are we gonna post this? Nobody knows.
So we're still packing dirt in Stanley. We don't want it up too high. And we don't want dirt all over the floor, boys.
Hey, Mom.
No. We're going to talk about Stanley. Do you have anything to say? How do you feel about this fern, Cole?
I feel, it's good.
It's good. How does it make you feel having plants around? Here, Clay, let's not do that right now. Because we got dirt all over the counter now. So usually I take my mat. And I spread it out across the whole island, which is a good idea. So I think my boys are forgetting we're on camera. Why don't you guys help me talk about
Hey, Mom.
planting? What are you doing
I want
to
use
plant?
this when you.
No, you guys should just share the same one.
Look, there's one right here that's the.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Hello, people of the world.
Okay, help us plant, Clay.
Yay. We're putting.
Ooh!
Oh.
So, Cole, read the video now.
What?
Okay, we're back. We had a disaster. Cole was trying to help and he bumped the light, and we want him to come back because it was just an
Hello.
accident. Okay. So I'm stuffing extra moss in here because when I water this, I don't want all the dirt coming out. And this will stabilize the fern. So this is how you transplant your staghorns, even if you have a big one. You can put them on boards, but I've seen a lot of, staghorns that don't make it because of being attached to a board. So sometimes if you cut out their whole root system and then you attach them to a board, they don't survive. So when you're cutting up your staghorn, you got to think about that. So as I'm packing moss all on top of the dirt, I'm checking for air holes. I just found a huge air hole. Yes, Clay? You'll have to come around somewhere else, buddy. This staghorn's so big, it's covering your head. You can come right here. Right over here.
Okay.
Right here. There you go. We can see you. So what have you learned about staghorns, Clay? Are you just learning about them?
I learned that staghorns are nice plants. They flow through your body, nice energy.
That's right. Plants give us good energy, don't they?
And plants can tell us what to do sometimes to help them.
Yeah, sometimes you'll have like an intuition about your plant and your plant's trying to tell you something, right? So sometimes your plants...
I talk to plants.
Sometimes your plants will tell you that they're thirsty or they're hungry. You just have to pay attention. That may sound funny, but plants have not only visible signs of those things, but they send out their own little signals. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna double check it when I think we're done. That looks really pretty in there. Stanley is replanted. Stanley might be a little sad. Stanley's actually really dry, so we're gonna water him. All right, so we're coming on over.
So we use this.
Thank you, Planty Tubers. We love you. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, join us on YouTube and Instagram. So Instagram, we post a lot of pictures that aren't related to YouTube. We post daily at Indoor Planty and indoorplanty.com. Just look for Indoor Planty and you'll find us.
And please follow us.
Bye.
Bye.